Please do not let them see you. Please.
Do that say tribe, bro?
No.
No, I'm talking about right down there. Or do that say truth?
Where you see it
At the end of that dollar, at the end of that bill at the bottom.
Republic of Texas, $3.
Oh, I thought it said tribe.
They got some of them books that I got at the house in there, bro. They got all of them. Bro.
Yeah, I told you.
Whoa.
I told
they
you.
I got them, bro.
Yeah.
And I got all them green books right there. And I got all them brown books right there. I got, bro, that.
Yeah.
They got that house, bro. How much you want to bet, bro?
I asked him, so which one of these
Bro, you got
books?
makeup on your nose, bro.
For real?
Yeah.
I asked him, so which one of these books help me with my case? Cause I possess all of them. Literally, slow ass is.
Come on, what you need?
Hey, man. I just wanted to just meet up with y'all and discuss.
The what?
I just wanted to meet up with you and pretty much just see what's all going on.
Nothing's going on. We're set on March the 16th, and that's an announcement date. That's not a trial date. That means that date is shit or get off the pot, which means you could either accept their plea bargain, which I don't recommend you do, or we go ahead and go to trial. On March 16th, we'll get a trial date. Probably sometime in June or July, maybe even August or September, but it'll be on down the line. Now, they have filed a motion in Ralph's case to change the venue. They don't want to try it here in Hunt County, so she's trying to get that case moved out of Hunt County. I don't think that'll happen because there's a hell of a lot of other schools in this county than Greenville. And I don't think people down in Commerce or Quinlan or Wolf City even know who in the hell Ralph Sanders is. So I think they can get 12 impartial jurors. So I don't think it'll be a change of venue. The other thing is, I don't know yet, is she's not filed a motion to try you and Ralph together, but I suspect that's coming. I suspect she'll file a motion and say we need to try these two cases together, Ralph. I'm opposed to that too. I won't agree to that. So I would tell the judge we want a separate trial. I don't want to be involved where the state's alleging that you and Ralph are working together and here we are sitting at the same table. You see what I'm saying? As a conspiracy. So I want a separate trial. And again, the only thing they have on you is those 4 checks that total $1,500. And that's not theft. If anything, that's a civil matter and you were overpaid, and they could file a civil suit against you and say they want the money back and get a judgment against you, but I imagine you're judgment proof. I don't think it's theft because, I'm not so sure you even knew what the checks were. You could say the checks are for severance or back pay they owed you, or severance pay, or pay that they owed you when they let you go.
What was I gonna say? I'm sorry, you guys, excuse me. Just woke
It'd
up.
probably help you if you write everything down before you see James and I.
Okay, if it comes down to that, whatever that was, those little 4 checks, I have that recording. Will that do anything? Where I already did the services to pay that back?
You did service to pay it back.
When remember when I told you that Officer Rodriguez?
I understand that, but that's not binding. Officer Rodriguez can't bind you. He can't say we're not going to do, if you do this, we're not going to do that, because it's up to the school district, not Rodriguez, because Rodriguez didn't lose the money, the school district did. Now the question in my mind is, were you able, did they ever say do some work for them or anything and they would forget about it? The
Yes,
school.
Well, I thought Officer Rodriguez works for the school district.
I know, but did you do some more work to pay? Did you do some more work for the 1,500?
Which,
All right. Well, then our position has to be that, as far as you were concerned, that was severance pay and back pay they owed you. Okay?
Which is what I told you.
All right.
okay.
Here's the thing, and Devin, I want to make sure you're clear on this, okay? Because I understand what you were saying. If there was something you could do to take care of that, or them give you the work, or talking to Rodriguez or whoever, the problem is that this has moved beyond
Yeah,
that.
it's way beyond that now. Too late.
And now they're coming after you.
Well,
That's
for
why
what?
Theft.
for the same thing we've talked about every time we've been
Theft.
here
They're saying
together.
you stole $1,500.
They're gonna take you to court and try to accuse you of stealing and being in this with Ralph. You've told us you have nothing to do with it, and
Basically,
we're going with that.
what their argument originally was is that Ralph helped you get an apartment. The apartment got all trashed. Ralph had to pay some extra money. Ralph wanted his money back, so he agreed to pay you that $1,500, which you then in turn paid him back. And you're telling us that didn't happen.
And if he gets up there and starts saying something that may have happened, then you're really in a mess.
Yeah, we need to know what you know.
So we've asked you since day one, is there anything?
Is there anything we need to
Because they
worry
may
about?
look at Ralph, I want you to hear what I'm saying. They may look at Ralph down the road and say, hey, we're willing to offer you a plea offer, tell us the truth.
They
And then if he says something that's hurtful to you and you didn't tell us,
you'll get burned. Now the
You
problem
will.
is they did make Ralph an offer. They offered him 10 years in prison, probated for 10 years, restitution and a fine. And I don't think Ralph will take that. I talked to his attorney today. His attorney's also going to challenge the change of venue and say the trial should stay right here in Greenville.
Okay, one more time. So what again do y'all say that they're gonna try to accuse me of?
They're going to try and say that you got paid 4 checks for $250 a check that you did not deserve over a 6-week period. You'd already been terminated and you were paid these 4 checks of $250 each. They originally said what they believe their theory is that Ralph helped you co-sign or sign to get you an apartment complex.
What does,
That you asked
they're
me,
tying
let me
it
answer.
all together for
And then they
race.
said, well, listen, you asked me, let me tell you.
well, I want to know what about the lady that wrote the check and why she isn't involved in any of this.
Well,
She
because
may
they
be
said
involved
She didn't do
down the
anything
road.
wrong that I know of.
She's
If
not
she
in-
was told to write the check, she's supposed to write the check.
That's
So
her
how
job.
does that put that on me when I'm called to come look at this?
Because they're saying you should have known it wasn't your money.
I should know.
You should have known that these, hey, I don't deserve this check. I didn't work. I don't deserve it.
What if I feel like that was
You were what?
set up
By
If you
who?
feel,
somebody?
I don't think you're gonna get that. I don't think you can, use that because then you're saying that, the girl at the check office or somebody, and if they're saying you were set up, what's the setup? What's the quid pro quo? What are they getting out of it? What's the girl getting out of it? Did you give her a kickback?
Well, how do I
were
put
you
this?
set up?
I feel like I was set up.
By who and why? What's the reason?
Somebody, I don't know.
Well, that's
Well,
somebody
we
you
can't
don't
get
know.
up there
That's
and say in
ridiculous.
court
Yeah,
about
What
somebody
they're
that
saying
don't know.
right now, which I don't think they can prove, is they're saying you got 4 checks for $250. You did not deserve them. You'd already been terminated. And what they're saying is the reason you got those checks is because Ralph told them to pay you because Ralph had signed for an apartment, you had trashed the apartment, and I'm not saying it's true,
Yeah, that ain't-
and then he had to pay money to the apartment complex. They're saying that when he paid the money to the apartment complex, he came to you, this is Toby, he's a lawyer here, they wanted the money back. Okay? And so Ralph is the one that did it, because Ralph wants you to give him that $1,500, which you say you didn't do.
Well, basically, I think it should be dropped on my behalf. I think that's what it should be.
You think what?
That everything on my end should be dropped. Or like they
Well,
should, like,
I hope it would be too, but you and I don't make that decision.
and I have paperwork too, like
Have you given that paperwork to James?
No, but I've asked for it.
Well, if you got paperwork, you need to turn it over, because you having paperwork doesn't do you a bit of good or us.
all right, well I've showed you some of it before.
I asked
don't
you
know
to give
where-
it to me.
You need to get everything to James.
A copy
And
of
so I'm gonna ask you
Rodriguez.
one
I
more
can't do all
time,
of that
straight
for
up,
you.
and then you tell me it's confidential. Was there any quid pro quo with Ralph Sanders? Did you ever get money, Ralph, get you money from the school to pay back to him? Yes or no?
No, and,
All right.
and that's what I'm saying. I already told you that, and it's like,
Well,
now I'm trying to see what does that matter? Were they gonna drop it? Like,
You're gonna go to, hold
I
on.
don't drop it, you don't drop it, the only one to do it is the
Hold on,
Attorney
Fred,
General, and she
Fred.
ain't gonna drop it.
Fred, hang on, here's what he's not understanding. We are trying to help you. Now, a lot of times you talk to us like you don't think we are. We are trying to help you. This is what we do, okay? But I'm gonna be stern right now. They are coming after you, not Fred, not your attorney. He's letting you know what they are gonna try to do to you in that courtroom.
They want
That's
Ralph,
right.
they don't really want you, but they're saying that you worked in cahoots with Ralph somehow. You and Ralph were working together, he was somehow funneling money to you so you could pay him back money you owed.
This is why we're
And
telling
you're saying no, that's not
Basically,
true.
what he not understand, it's not what he not understanding. It's what's not being relayed to him. See, what we getting is, yeah, Ralph Sanders, that's the big fish. We understand
Yes.
that, okay? But y'all using him.
It ain't- why you
saying
Because we know that they got y'all as because I'm hearing the main question. Do you know and do you have anything that you can tell us about Ralph Sanders? That's the main question. He don't know nothing. That's apparent.
And that's why he's coming forward.
Basically what he's saying is he don't know nothing. We should get this, present this in front of the judge and speedy process.
Okay, I'll tell you
basically.
this.
Basically.
It comes in front of a trial.
Because
Here's the thing. Hold
okay,
on,
what
hold on,
about a
hold-
speedy trial?
Here is the. We can't
Well-
do that with the AG. Here's the thing.
The trial's
He-
announcement sets March 16th, and then the trial will be set.
Mhm.
People who are in jail get
Mhm.
the first trial,
Okay.
because they're in jail. People who are out on bond have to wait their turn.
Okay.
So there's other people before Tevon that are waiting for trials.
But you see, that also limits him to doing stuff that he's doing with his life goals, because he can't travel certain places, he can't go certain places because this case is holding him up,
I understand
and we
that.
don't feel like
We
it should be holding
we
him
And
up.
I
have no
can't do a
control
damn thing
over
about
that. We have no control over that. The attorney general's the one that has control over
So
that.
basically,
They're
you're
the-
innocent. You know, what I'm saying? We just gotta wait for Ralph Sanders to do what he's
And
gonna
to
do.
follow up with what you're saying, Tevin, you're gonna get to go in that courtroom and
And
look
tell
at the
everything you want
judge
if
and
you
say,
want to,
I
take
don't
the
know
stand."
anything about anything.
But
Which
if,
is the same thing
but
you
if
told
you
us.
take the stand and say that, Tevin,
And
and they
they
come
come
back
up with
and they
something.
say, well, we're gonna call Ralph Sanders and he's gonna say something different. Then
my
you
thing-
lie.
Okay, I can't keep, like, it's very important to me that because I know I'm innocent, and I feel like Ralph innocent too. And so what I need that whoever sat down, whatever they looked at on the computer, whatever, whoever typed up this check, they should somehow be a part of it. They should be invested.
They should be explaining to you why they typed the check up.
They should be.
a good
They're not
point.
even.
That's a
They
good
haven't
point.
been questioned, and I've been stating
Yeah,
this.
they should be explaining who okayed them to,
Subpoena
who
Hold on,
okayed them to
hold
type
on.
the check,
We can subpoena who typed out the check.
and who
ask them
okayed
who
them.
gave him the authorization to type it
Boom.
out after he was fired.
And that should
We
get
already have
Find that out,
all
we'll
this.
subpoena her.
that should okay you right there.
Alright.
So along with that
I gotta
other
go.
information, tell me,
Get
give me
everything
her
to
name
James.
and tell me who she is.
Come
I
on,
need this
man.
stuff.
That's all you gotta do is talk, man.